I'm going to demonstrate how to attach a piece of Plexi, 1/8 inch, to the 6x6 canvas in order to protect work like pastel or watercolor, photography if you need it. So I've got my Plexi. It comes with a film. Remove that and de-static by cleaning with a cloth and some dish soap and so on. Next, what I'm going to do is measure the corners so the screws are even in the corners. And I'm going to do that. I've got a little square, and what I've done is measure off about 1 centimeter to measure each little hole that's going to go in there. And I've done all of those on here. And then the next step is to take the Plexi, put it on top very carefully of the canvas. And you can do this too before you do your artwork. So if you have pastel on there, you're not going to be smearing it or anything. Center it carefully over the canvas and mark where you want your holes. Okay, so I've got a piece of Plexi with 4 little marks. Now the screws that I used I got at Ace Hardware, and these are brass screws. They're 14 cents each, and the size is 4 by 3/4. And I'm going to use little tiny spacers. And here again, it's Ace Hardware. You go through their fun little drawers of screws and washers and spacers and so on. These are nylon washers. They are the number 4 washer. They're very, very thin. So I need a hole big enough for my 4 by 3/4 screw to go through. You need a block of wood when you're going to drill, so you don't drill through your table. I couldn't tell you what size bit this is, but it works. You might have to start smaller, and if it doesn't work, go a little larger. So you woodworkers are going to probably cringe as I do this. And carefully go down on the head. Simple as that. So far I have not cracked the Plexi, and I've done a lot of these. And you go to the next one. See if it's the right size bit. It is. Screw goes through it. So now all you have to do is make little starting holes, and you could probably use a tiny bit on the drill on this also. I have not tried it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. But I have a very old ice pick, and I go through the canvas and just push down into the wood a bit so it's easier to get the screw started. And then center your, I should have marked the top, forgot that part. Because these aren't exact, it's a good idea to mark the top of both the plexi and the canvas so you can instantly know how it's going to line up. But this is good. So put your washers over the holes, and here again you can get different thicknesses. This would certainly work for pastels. If you wanted a little bit more space in between, they come a little bit thicker. It's so much fun to go through all those drawers at Ace. Okay, there we are. Now the screws, you can leave brass, or depending on the artwork, you can paint the top. I would suggest that you put the screw about halfway down, then I use a tiny little paintbrush and just acrylic paint and paint the top of the screw. But I'm just going to use the brass ones for this, which look perfectly good. I'll screw these in. Get them started on all of them, and then go down and tighten. And these canvases have a little space between the canvas and the wood, I've noticed. So it takes some finagling sometimes to get the screw going down in it. And don't over tighten, because it pushes the canvas down and you have a little dimple. So just go down enough to secure this. You can kind of feel with your fingernail when it's tight enough in there. I think that's good. There it is, ready to go.